Hey everybody, it's Scott here again, and I am with my diminutive dice goblin Gabby. How's it going, Gabby?
Hi.
Alright, and we are going to play some Brutality. Just recently, I released a Yule Terror mission for free on the Facebook page. It's a fun little mission where you're facing Santa. So, we have a slightly modified board, but this is where we deploy, and you'll see that's where Santa deployed over there. It's random every time. This is my Cult of the One Mother warband. You've got a priestess, you've got a lizard with a gun. The priestess is a controller. The puppet guy on the left of her, or our left of her, is a zealot. The winged guy behind them is a scout. And then the lizard is the blaster, which is one of the new upgrades. So Santa activates the beginning of each turn, and then once again after every 2 of the player models are activated. He starts off, we rolled on the chart, he had Rudolph swing by and shine his light directly in our leader's eyes, so she's blinded for this turn. And then it was our turn, we activated 2 of our people. The scout moved, his free move, and then moved again, charged Santa from behind, knocked him down and did 1 hit point on him. And Santa did 1 hit point on him and trauma, and we rolled off for it to be fair, and luckily it was not the -3 save, it was the permanently disarmed. Then our zealot ran over here, attacked the Santa that was on the ground, and neither one of them did anything to each other. They saved it all. Santa's having a rough turn. He activated after those 2 activated. He jumps up and had to charge the closest model, which is the puppet guy. And he was able to not do any damage to the puppet guy, and the puppet guy hit him 3 times, all of them unsaved. So that knocked him down to 6 hit points. That's crazy good, crazy lucky. And then the leader comes over here. She could do nothing but move because she's blinded, so she did that. And then the lizard guy came up, the blaster, and did 2 more unsaved damage and an agony on Santa, not to mention -2 dexterity. But that is what's going on. Now Santa activates 1 more time, and then it's round 2. Santa's final activation, he calls in, what do we call it here? The Elf Tide. And it's a tide of elves just spreading through the entire board and attacking everybody on sight. And luckily, he did take 1 damage, and he took 2 damage but saved them both, and he took a damage and saved it. She wasn't hit at all. And that was the Elf Tide. End of turn 1. Alright, a lot happened in this turn. Santa rolled his bowl full of jelly ability. He healed 2 hit points, bringing him up to 6, and gains a permanent protect token. So that will stack for the rest of the game if he keeps rolling that. So he basically went Super Saiyan, he buffed himself, healed 2 hit points, and that was his activation. We had the lizard go ahead and shoot him, and did 2 more damage to him, knocking him down to 4. And then the leader put a protect on the lizard and then critically failed a time slip. So that's unfortunate. But she was able to mind control the puppet guy into charging Santa and dealing another unsaved wound to him. But Santa struck back, and we have to use this time slip to save it. And then Santa gets pushed back. So, that's where we're at right now. Santa's back down to 3. Santa's activation, he called down another Elf Tide. He dealt 1 unsaved damage to her, 1 unsaved damage to him, 1 unsaved damage to him, and 1 unsaved damage to him, bringing 2 of them down to 1 hit point. That was nuts. Our last activations, this guy has flight, so he moves over there and charges from behind. Unfortunately, with a save of 6 now, Santa saves it all and strikes him down, killing him. Alright, there's 1 person down. Then we've got our zealot. He tries to charge and rolls a natural 1. This turn is pure nuts, is what it is. Santa rolled the exploding packages, targeting the weakest person on my team, which was her, because it's the lowest hit points. He shot her twice, and she saved both of them. Then our gunner runs up and deals 1 wound on him, but rolls critically on the wound chart roll, dealing another damage, bringing Santa down to 1. Then our puppet man gets behind them, and he goes to charge from behind and rolls another natural 1. I'm sure you don't believe me, but Gabby's the one rolling. Our boy Santa activates and does an Oh Holy Smite, sapping 1 hit point from the lizard and 1 hit point from the puppet guy, and healing himself all the hit points he removed. So 2 hit points he healed himself. Our last activation this turn is our leader. She manages to get a time slip off on herself, but fails the check to do a protect on the lizard. She tries to do a mind control on the puppeteer and also fails that. That is the end of the turn. On Santa's activation, we roll Coal Barrage, and he picks the farthest person in line of sight, which happens to be our leader, and he starts throwing a hail of coal at her. Unfortunately, the 3 damage that she suffers, she cannot save even with the time slip, and she is dead. So he kills our leader. In retaliation, the lizard man aims and shoots at him, blinding old Saint Nick and dealing 2 damage to him, plus a stat modifier, which is not really applicable here. Then our puppet guy comes from behind and charges in after failing 2 charges. He finally succeeds one, dealing the final damage to St. Nicholas. But, you know, we did forget to roll for Santa, so roll those 2. He's fight skill 5. 1 hit from Santa. See if the Zealot can fix it. Oh, actually, you know, the Zealot now has now has time slip. It's a new turn. So the Zealot will use his time slip to save it. And we did defeat Santa. It only cost us half of our team. We were playing on medium at 6 points. It cost us half of our team, and 2 of our team members are at 1 hit point left.